farm in all its rawness. That's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. I'm going to just be taking you guys around so that you see all the rawness of the farm. The nice, the beautiful, and the ugly. That's if there's anything ugly, but well, I'm going to be frank and just show you everything around. So right behind me, you guys can see my home. That's my farm home, right there. Together with, my gazebo, my chilling place. I have some sugar canes. These were like initial dog houses that I had used or built initially. Yeah, so before the dogs were actually built like proper kennels, they were living inside here. Now, if you want to see what the actual kennels are, right now, we'll move right to the back. And these are the kennels where the dogs are living. You guys can see they're like in a nice shaded place. So they just enjoy life right here. I don't know if any of them would come up. Hi, Ami. All right, one of them is going to come up. Come on, Ami, Ami, Ami. All right, that one has refused. This is a Belgian Malinois. Yeah, this is Diva, a Belgian Malinois. Come on. This one has decided to just chill and sleep, but he's a black German Shepherd. Anyway, this is a bathroom where the guys bathe from. Yeah, it's at the back so that it's hidden a bit. But again, you can see the place. I see people asking me in comments of a lot of either posts on social media or videos on YouTube, and they're like, is it really practical that you built everything that you built using the farm? Because all the people that they know in terms of farms don't make any profit from a farm. So how dare you tell us, Dr. Daniel, that you've been able to build a house, that you've been able to expand the farm using money from the farm? And you know what I always tell them? I'm like, well, it's unfortunate that your reference for what needs to be done or what is actually correct is people who have failed. Yeah, it would be a good thing if your reference is also people who have succeeded, people like me and a lot of other farmers who have been succeeding. Unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, bad news spreads way quicker than good news. That's the honest truth. Yeah, so very few people go outside there and share their good news, but if something bad happens, it's immediately posted and it's just going to spread outside there. So it's very easy for you to start thinking that, most people actually have really bad experiences. I've personally had both good and bad experiences, but overwhelmingly the bad experiences. Anyway, I'll move around and show you more. This is one of our staff quarters. I say one because we are currently constructing another one. Yeah, and we have quite a number of staff live inside here. Not all of them do live here, but quite a number of staff live inside here. We haven't plastered the house. But again, that's a luxury, yeah, for now. The guys do come to work and not to sleep or something like that. This is like our egg processing area. I think most of the eggs have already been taken. Yeah, but you can see just a few eggs have been collected around and things like that. So when we bring the eggs from the poultry houses, which are the houses you see right there, the guys bring them, put them down here and, process them from this area. By processing, I mean like cleaning and things like that, okay? Then right here is our feed store. The guys, I think, are going to be milling. And I can hear that they are playing music, but let's try and just go inside there so you guys can have a proper look. So we have a food dip right here that we utilize before we go in. Okay, we'll get in. All right, I think I'll reduce the music so that we can record properly. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so you guys can see the feed store right here. This is soya meal up there. This is maize bran. Some guys are resting right there in the feed mill. This is limestone. This is already mixed feed. And this is maize. This is the only maize we are left with right now. This is a premix, a concentrate or premix that we are utilizing. Yeah. So this is our last installment of maize. So we're going to have a delivery for maize later on to do. Currently, I'm using about 12 tons of maize every 3 weeks. Crazy, crazy to think about that. Just to think that a while back when I started, I had 800 chickens, and I mean, a ton of maize would have taken me such a long time. And right now we're using 12 tons in 3 weeks. That's really amazing, really amazing. Then we move on to the poultry houses. So these are the 4 poultry houses that are on this farm currently. Yeah, so this has the youngest flock of birds. I won't get in, but if I zoom close, you guys can see the birds. Yeah, you can see birds right there. Yeah, so each of these 4 houses, I mean, 2 are right here. Yeah, I mean, you guys can see all the farm in its rawness. Again, that's the accommodation for the guys where they sleep. We'll plaster it at some point. probably before the year ends, we'll have to plaster it so that it does look nicer. Yeah. But if we move further this side, you can see all the 4 houses. So 2 more houses right here and these 2 houses, all literally the same kind of house, but they are working very beautifully for us. And just in case you're wondering what the small extensions are, that is like a sick bay. Yeah, so that's a sick bay. That's a sick bay right there. Probably need to build more sick bays. And you can see the tanks. So this tank stand supplies these 2 houses, and then this one right here also supplies these 2 houses. So the guys have just been slashing around the area. You see how nicely the compound is maintained around the places. We don't have bushes. The guys sweep around to make sure that, you know, we don't have dirt. The place is clean. The air around the place is actually really, really nice. Yeah. These are a few eggplants that we have around on the farm. Okay. So the guys grow some eggplants to like feed themselves and things like that. What else haven't I shown you guys in its rawness? You can see the kitchen right there. This has just been constructed recently. I mean, it's really cheap material that we use inside there. I don't know. It's locked, so I can't go in. I mean, to make sure that the guy's food is protected, but you can see, yeah, so we use firewood to cook and things like that. So that's the inside of the kitchen. It's where their food is cooked from. You can see the firewood that, you know, we use to cook. Some of it is right here. Before, I had a banana plantation in this entire place, but we've moved it to the top of the farm to ensure that we can have a road that leads to the extension of the farm or the new area where we shall go in a short while. But first, we'll explore this area. So this is our banana plantation. We'll go through the banana plantation. And I mean, bananas are my best food. I love them so much. Here you can see that our guava tree has started putting on guavas. This is a guava tree. And you can see the guavas. Whew. They look nice. They're starting to come. They're going to be very, very many. Yeah, it gives us so many guavas. When it starts to fruit, this is like yellow bananas. Oh, what happened to this one? Looks like this one got broken. It wasn't well supported and it got broken somewhere at the top right there. That's not good. Yeah, that's yellow banana. Oh my God, they're breaking. The bananas are breaking. I think because it's not raining. So I think they need to water them. Because what happens is that if there's no rain, what happens is that these stalks weaken. Yeah, so they start to weaken, and when they weaken, they collapse, just like you can see this one. So this stalk weakens right here, and then after that it collapses down. So you can see a banana that's down. This one is probably quite mature, so this can be eaten, but the other one cannot be eaten. Yeah, and this one is even not matoke. This one is like, you know, yellow bananas. The yellow bananas, this becomes yellow bananas, but I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks like they're falling down. So they're going to have to support them, because if they don't support them, more and more are going to fall. You can see some right there. Yeah, so they're probably going to have to get supports for these so they don't keep falling down. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep losing. Yeah, I like these yellow bananas because my family does love them. You can see some maize that we planted a while back. It's growing inside here. This is pumpkin plants. Woo. Can you imagine I planted just a few pumpkin seeds and see how much they are spreading inside here? Just a few, like 3 or 4 pumpkin seeds, and see how they are spreading, you know, taking over the entire place. More eggplants inside here, more eggplants. And then finally, our tank stand. So this is a store. Inside there, we have a washing machine that does laundry, and then also a store. And then up there, you can see our 2 tanks. So those 2 tanks carry 10,000 liters each, so that's 20,000. And they're supplied by water from a borehole that we built a while back. And I know what you're thinking. No way, Dr. Daniel, no way that you're able to build all that from the farm. There should be something in bringing in money from you outside, or for you from the outside. Or at least tell us it should be YouTube. Isn't it, Dr. Daniel? It's YouTube that pays you enough for you to be able to do those things. Guys, it's quite crazy. In the past, I wasn't probably as free sharing this, but right now I'm free sharing it because I see there's no point me not sharing it. YouTube contributes such a small percentage to how much I earn. Now, initially, when I just started farming, it was actually a very big percentage, because compared to how much I was getting from the farm and my salary, I mean, it was a lot. But right now, considering how much more the farm earns, it's nothing. Because I mean, I easily get paid between $1,000 and $2,000 every month from YouTube. $1,000 and $2,000. Trust me, with $1,000 to $2,000 every month, you would never be able to do everything that's happening here. For example, we are building a new chicken house, which is where we're actually going right now. But that new chicken house is costing me maybe, between $6,000 and $7,000. So if I'm earning, let's say $1,500, it would take me 4 months for me to get $6,000 without me leaving that money besides, or without me utilizing that money for anything else. So it's 100% not logical. No, it's not at all. It is possible for you to actually grow and expand while utilizing money directly from the farm. Yeah, I mean the profits from the farm. Now, would you call the farm profitable? Yeah, it is profitable, but like I'm not taking any money out. Yeah, so all the money that I get just goes back into the farm to fund the expansion, the purchase of land, construction of buildings and everything like that. But yeah, it's really beautiful to be able to do that. So right there are the old structures, and then this is the gate. I mean, you can see the path that's coming in from like the older farm, I would call it the older farm, into the new area that I purchased maybe, a year back. And right here we have alfalfa. So we planted alfalfa, probably didn't plant it like at the perfect time. Now the alfalfa that's probably closer to here is like well nourished. This place probably had way more manure. And then if you look over there, it's way more yellow. Yeah. So I think they didn't put as much manure in this area as they did in this area. You can see that it's much darker than this, and that has unfortunately affected it, and you can see that it doesn't look as good or as nice. Yeah, another problem is that the sun is probably also starting to affect it right now, so we are hoping that we'll probably get a cloud of rain or something like that very soon. Yeah, so I decided to plant alfalfa in order to feed my goats. I do have goats somewhere, maybe 5-6 kilometers away from here, and that's going to be supplying it. Okay, so we'll probably move a little bit further. You can see our little farm scooter right here. The guys are building a latrine right there. Yeah, so since we're expanding the farm, I mean, it's going to be much bigger, so one latrine would never be enough. Okay, so you can see how we fenced the entire place with chain link. I mean, you guys are seeing all the place in its rawness. You can see how weedy and bushy this area is. We haven't done anything around it. We'll probably have to clear it with time. Okay, again, you can see our fence. This extension is like 1.4 acres, something like that. So there's a lot of construction going on right now, and this is our newer chicken house. This is the newer chicken house, the first of maybe 8 or 12 chicken houses that are going to be going in this area. Yeah, I'll say the first of many chicken houses that are going to be going in this area, maybe the first of 8, and that will bring this farm here to a capacity of 30,000. Awesome, right? You can see the tank stand. This is the tank stand that's going to be, supplying this chicken house, and one that will be going right besides it. And you can see the house. The house is almost ready. Almost ready. We can move in. Okay, you guys can see that we poured the concrete down. They are built the sides. We're left with placing a door and putting timber at the top right here. Yeah, and the place will be ready. And we already do have a big percentage of the timber. You guys can see the timber right there. Okay, so we already do have a big percentage of the timber. So there's just a little bit of work left with here. Putting a door, for example, right here, and another door at the top, putting a foot dip right here, putting a ramp to go up. That's like the main work that is left with that. And then finally we'll move down so you guys can see the new staff house that we are constructing. So right there you can see the new staff house. They are roofing. They're at the roofing level, as you can see. So there's someone placing in windows, you can see. Then they're also going to be placing the doors after that. And then someone is also roofing. Then there's people pouring concrete inside, the concrete floor. We have sand here. You can see the ant sheets that we're going to be using to roof right here. Okay, so you can see the concrete that they are going to be mixing and pouring inside. So quite a lot of work, going on around. Hopefully by the end of the day they'll be done roofing. It's quite late in the afternoon, but we are hopeful that by the end of today they'll be done with the roofing right there. Yeah, it's looking very, very beautiful. So yes guys, that's the farm in all its rawness. It's quite crazy. Now, like right now we're just seeing one house right here. A few years from now we'll be looking around this entire area and it's full of chicken houses. And Some people will be commenting in the comment section. They're like, well, where did you get that money from? How have you done that? And all that kind of stuff. It's quite interesting. It's really crazy. Every time I see such stuff and I see such comments, it's really interesting. But for those that are interested in seeing how the farm grows and the beauty of the farm, well, there you've got it, yeah? You're seeing how we are expanding, how we are growing, how everything is going up. And I mean, I personally try not to hide anything. You guys might wonder why I don't share any bad news. It's because, I mean, lately we don't have any like terrible news that does happen on the farm. In the past, I used to share stories of like fall typhoid, maybe thefts on the farm and all these things. But currently, those things are really not there. Yeah, they're really not there. Once in a while, we might have like a decrease in terms of production or things like that on the farm. But most of the time, what's actually happening on the farm is, good progress, yeah, which is really beautiful. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. Catch you very soon with another one. Lots of love. Bye-bye.